What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the RTG career mode. It is episode number 32, returns today with a brand new season, our 5th year getting underway at Home Park and our 2nd season in the Premier League, where our starting budget for the summer is going to be, come on board, don't do it to me again, 31 million. I mean, it's okay, but it's our 3rd year in the Premier League. Where's all the prize money and TV revenue going? What are you doing with it? Now, don't get me wrong, it's a bigger budget than last season, but only by 9 million. And in modern day football, that is not a lot of money. And when you consider our first season in the Premier League, we had a bigger budget than the budget we have for this season. I don't fully understand it. Like, where's all that money going that we're accruing for prize money and TV revenue as well? Because it definitely isn't going on transfer fees. Pretty much the entire squad has been assembled by bringing in freebies and players out of the academy, other than the likes of Telen and Fernandez, of course, who, speaking of which, is definitely going in the summer, no doubt about it. Just ran you through the team there and heading into the new season. Well, for sure, Fernandez is going. There's no doubt about it. 2 years here, but far too good for the team. I think Mumba can stay. But for Fernandez, I'm going to let him go. I'm not going to add him to the transfer list, but I predict a big bid from a big club is going to come in, as Mariko has had a potential downgrade. That's so annoying. And I'll definitely let him go. And I think when we get around, what are we going to get for Fernandez? Maybe 35 to 40 million, possibly. I'm going to reinvest that money plus the cash we've got on a new star playmaker. So for this season, that is where I'll be looking at. I don't need to improve the back line. Our defense is strong. I don't need a new striker. But for a new central attacking midfielder, that is where the bulk of our money is going to go. And as for the players, the deals that come at the end of the year, you've got Obispo, Williams, and the kids. And I think that I'm going to give a new contract to Reyes. That's that Honduran fullback who, to be fair, looks really, really good. A right-footed left back who's been out on loan in Los Angeles. He is going to get a new deal for sure. I think I'll give one to that Indonesian youngster Ginting as well, who looks pretty solid after returning from the den. Alex Gregory is going to be our backup goalkeeper now, so I'll give him a new contract too. But for Obispo, I mean, he's had 3 good years here. Now 29 years old. I'm not against letting him go, you know. And looking to invest on a new centre-half. I'll think about that one. To be fair, working with small transfer budgets is actually really fun because it makes you think outside the box. It makes you go after players you've maybe not considered before. But also, look for some hidden gems as well. I mean, that's how we found Davy van den Berg. So, yeah, it can be frustrating at times. But also, oh yes, please. It's also a way to find some really awesome players you might not have ever heard of. Great young talent, this lad, and I'm going to pick him up straight away as well. Once again, reliant on free transfers this season. Can't expect any superstars to join, but this guy's got some solid potential, man, but he needs to play. I'm pretty sure this weekend in real life he's leaving Chelsea to join QPR. Well, in the save, he's coming to Devon. Let's bring him in. He's one of many great young talents at Chelsea that show an awful lot of promise, but unfortunately, he just can't get given the game time because there's far too many players ahead of him in the pecking order. In real life this weekend, I'm pretty sure he's about to join QPR on a free transfer, but in the save, he's not staying in London. Instead, he's coming down south to Devon to join Plymouth Argyle. Quite pleased with this one here. Not sure what his ceiling is, but he's certainly good enough to play a role in our first team. Welcome to Home Park, Harvey Vale. Yep, 24 years old, so still getting better, 73 rated. And what I like about this guy is he's incredibly versatile. And you know I love those versatile players. He spent time playing fullback. He spent time playing on the wing. He spent time playing through the middle. He's played further forward. Really, this guy can play in a range of positions. And to me, whilst I wouldn't be against playing him on that right as an inside forward or left foot again, all of our inside forwards are left footed, so possibly we can move him into that CAM role. Versatile player though, can fit in anywhere. Alright, so first loan of the season, we've got Nathan Wood going out on loan to Turkey for the next couple of years. We'll keep our eyes on him there. He looks really good too, so hopefully develops nicely at Başakşehir. A bid for Robert Barr from Bilbao, obviously turning that one down, both for the realism and the fact we absolutely love the Togolese winger, but there's still not been a bid yet for Mateus Fernandez. Now, he's not on the transfer list, but I haven't blocked offers either, but not a single bid has come in yet. Does he want to stay? Listen, if he wants to stay, then fair enough. And the thing is, he's happy all across the board. He's never complained once. And this is something I do want EA to work on. You know, when a player is clearly too good for a club, I think they probably should come and chat to you about it. You know, like try and ask you to make them a promise, qualify for Europe or put me on the transfer list. But if he wants to stay, he can stay. Well, this is shaping up to be a bizarrely quiet transfer window because the one thing we would expect it to happen hasn't happened. And for now, Fernandez stays. Reyes has gone. That's our Honduran fullback who looks really good. Off to Brentford now, championship side for 2 years on a loan deal there at the G-Tech. But for our first game of the season, as we dive into it, only one signing so far, Harvey Vale on a free. He'll be on the bench, but starting in the CAM role, Mateus Fernandez. I can't believe not a single bid has come in, but listen, if he's happy to stay, we're delighted that's the case. First game, Newcastle away at St James's Park. Come on the Pilgrims. Again, to me, this is where EA really need to work on player intelligence, because don't get me wrong, it's working out in our favour right now, but Mateus Fernandez is good enough to be a starter for most Champions League teams. Why is he satisfied staying with Plymouth Argyle, who, you know, for the second year in a row, only just survived in the Premier League? You know, he should have handed in a transfer request by now, or at least said, look, I want to play in Europe, so if you can't get us there, please let me leave. As Vlahovic turns Obispo and fires in the opener. He's too good to be scrapping to keep us up every year. Because the thing is, I don't want to put him on the transfer list to force a move through, because A, I don't want to lose him, but also B, we'll get less money for him that way as well. So it's difficult. It's really difficult, you know. You know, we've seen players stay loyal before, but as he clips the post with 3 to play before the break. In this case, you've got to think, surely common sense takes over. He's still in it, but it doesn't really feel like it, and this will do it. This is the clincher. First game of the season, first loss of the season, and a tough start to our third year in the top tier. Once again, set for another really challenging season. Oh, bah! And who else? Great dribbling, great finish, Plymouth back in it. Well, we did well to half the deficit and grab a consolation goal late, but a terrible start to the season, losing on the first game of the year. Mateus Fernandez just cannot do it all. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've still got 2 weeks to go until the window shuts, but all I'm worried about is it'll get to deadline day, 4 hours to go. Oh, look at that. Bid from Manchester City. You know, that's what I'm worried about. But like I said, Fernandez is happy all across the board. If he wants to stay, no one is going to talk him out of that, believe me. And speaking of Man City, that is our following opponents. Tough opening day. It's only getting tougher. Last year's runners-up away at the Etihad Stadium as we go for a big scalp here and our first against a Premier League side away from home in the league. Come on the Pilgrims. Back-to-back losses is not the way I wanted to start the season off, considering the difficulty the opponents are both away from home. Can't be too critical. I actually remembered as well, I've still got that 30 mil to play with as well, as Haaland's going to be through to open the scoring. And listen, if Fernandez stays, which everyone's going to be buzzing with, I don't know what to do with that. I'm tempted just to not spend it at all and let it carry over to next season, because at the moment that's the only way we're going to be able to get good budgets, saving every single penny from one season and letting it carry over to the other. Fernandez! I think he's claiming it. It's 2-2. Fernandez continues to assert his dominance. I think he knows Fernandez. I think he knows if he leaves, and let's say hypothetically lines up under Guardiola, he won't always be lining up in the starting 11. He'll be often coming off the bench. If he stays here, he's the star man. Here, he is literally, I guess the best way of putting it, big fish in a small pond. Coops, great save at the near post, and Mariko will get it away. He's never going to get loved anywhere more than he is here at home park. Gorba. Kante. Davies shot blocked. It'll drop to Whittaker. He'll have a go from range as well. Nubel turns it over the bar. Cracking game, this. Ball into the middle. Haaland's header. No. Straight Coops. Hit the deck, son. Hit the deck, and that is going to do it. Big point away at the Etihad on match day 2, and I'll definitely have that. And for Fernandez, 2-2 as well. And I'm going to be very fair, man. There's still a fortnight to go to the window shuts. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to wait for clubs to put offers in. They've got plenty of time. But if they don't, as soon as deadline day is over and the clock strikes midnight, I will offer Mateus a new contract. And if he wants to stay and get a big pay increase as a loyalty reward, he's going to get it. Mateus Fernandez won't be loved anywhere else like he is here at Plymouth. And with 10 days to go, there's still a ridiculous amount of uncertainty. Not a single bid has come in for Fernandez yet. What is going to happen? I have literally no idea, but every time I press advance, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. No club put to bid in. For now, he's still here, but he'll miss out on this game, though. Deserves a breather. Stockport County coming to Home Park in the EFL Cup. Come with the Pilgrims. Can I legally change my surname to Fernandez? Is that alright? Can I now be called Jonah Fernandez? Because honestly, like, he's that good. There's a lot of babies getting born in Plymouth Royal Hospital with the first name Mateus nowadays. I don't blame them whatsoever. Sanko for the opener. And 11 minutes in, Plymouth strike first. Don't think we'll need him tonight, though, as we look for our first win of the season. Faiki, who I need to play in practically every game this season. He's 73 overall now, but if he's going to kick on, he needs to start every single game, especially as he's had a minor potential downgrade as well. That's the danger of bringing players back from loan early, midway through the season. It means that even if you played them in practically every game in the second half of the season, like we did last year, they'll still probably have a potential downgrade, as EA will perceive them as missing half a season, when in reality, they were just out on loan in the first half of the season. So it's difficult, that. And it's something I really want EA to work on, because there's no way this lad should have had a potential downgrade, as he scores his first goal for Plymouth Argyle as well. The Tongan at fullback makes it 2. Plymouth surely going through. I would do anything to be able to be involved in the making of career mode with EAFC. Because, well, one, I promise you, I would not let them release a subpar game every year, as we've seen for a while now. But B, there's so many things I think would really improve the game as Stockport do get a goal back. And one of those things for me is, again, upgrades going into a new season. Like, Mariiko didn't get upgraded despite having a great second half of the season last year in the top level. And, of course, Kante is the biggest problem we've had in this, of slow growth despite being sensational for all the years now. It will make things way better and give you more of an incentive to keep your youth players in the starting 11. But also, it will be a lot more realistic too. Let's not throw this away, shall we? We were comfortably leading by 2 recently, and we've absolutely bottled it. My goodness, we have absolutely bottled this. This is embarrassing. I mean, Oh, he's on. What a let-off. My goodness. That would have been, I'm not even joking, one of the worst bottles I've had in FC 25, if not the biggest. Don't get me wrong, it's the League Cup second round, but even so, from 2-0 up and almost throwing it away in 30 minutes, that is an escape in Devon. And that will do it for the season opener as well, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will return in the next one with more games in the Premier League, looking for our first win in the league this season. The Carabao Cup third round against whoever it will be. The rest of the transfer window, the conclusion to the Fernandez saga. And will we spend any of that 30 mil, or let it carry over a whole year and just run it back with a squad for our 5th season? Have a great day, guys. Much love. And I'll see you for the next episode of the RTG Career Mode very soon.